What's starting?
The Mighty Pacific.
Mighty Pacific.
It's a super special day. We are in Qingdao city here. We are going to America.
Heading home. I think this is a big leg ahead of us. Going home and going back to the US makes it a little bit more special.
It's definitely it's a bit quieter in camp, as you'd say. A lot of people thinking about what we're about to do. So the chatty people are a little less chatty, and it's just, you know, anticipation, but good anticipation, but definitely, quieter and reflective.
Quite an arduous leg. We're going to have some quite challenging conditions. This is probably the most challenging leg on the whole in terms of severe weather or potential severe weather. So yeah, there's a lot of concentration this morning. There's a bit of focus that this is the big one.
There's going to be a lot of nervousness and anxiety surrounding things naturally on all faces, okay? We got lots and lots of faith in you guys. Just stay really, really safe. You know where we are if you need us at any point, okay? And we got a fleet of boats out there, so we're safety in numbers as well, okay? It's a fantastic race. Enjoy it as well, and look forward to seeing you in Seattle, okay?
Only one thing, guys. It's a big one, this. Look after your crews, but look after yourselves. Sail safe and fast. Good luck.
Guests and intrepid race crew, congratulations on yet another successful stopover in Qingdao.
It started an interesting Le Mans start. Not the best weather, but Le Mans started out of Qingdao into Seattle, so pretty exciting.
Interesting this morning with some very poor visibility and not much wind, so that's going to make the start quite tricky.
Okay, 2 minutes, guys, 2 minutes.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! And let the race begin!
So we've actually got a long race now. It's the longest of the circumnavigation, so it's about 5,400 miles. You always do a little bit extra, so a bit more. Lots of big wave conditions is to be expected. It depends on the systems. Cold weather. It's a little bit of a challenge now with light winds to get around Japan. Once we're at the last mandatory gate, then we really start splitting out into the Pacific.
We can only see about 3 of the 11 boats. Those who are closest to us. The wind is incredibly light currently, but we've just put our spinnaker up, we've jibed over and we're now heading just off south. But it doesn't look like anyone else has followed us on the opposite jibe yet, so see if it pays off.
We've finally got some big weather after a little bit of no weather yesterday. A good sort of introduction to what's ahead. Roughly 30 more days to go, so this is a good training for that, I guess.
Day 2, fairly hectic night. Found out that whilst we thought it was kind of 20 to 25 knots, it's kind of 30s, gusting high 30s, sometimes into 40s. So we also just passed Washington DC about an hour ago. Feel a little bit bad from it. Like tough sailing right now, but unfortunately that's the nature of it. We'll just keep pushing through.
We had a lot of wind yesterday, 30 to 40 knots upwind, which accrued really well. So we worked our way up. We're currently in 6th place. So now we're back to the upwind sails. The wind's just started to pick up. Just going towards the first mandatory gate, which is about 80 miles. Lots of boats around us. We can see 6 boats currently. So we're all kind of fighting it out, and it's a beautiful day and having a nice sail.
The boys have been working really hard and we've gone up a place. So we've gone from 6th up to 5th.
So UNICEF will be 6 now, so we're really creeping up nicely, so well done guys.
We can see 9 of the 11 boats around us now. The fleet is still really tight. We are now about 25 miles from the first gate at the bottom of Japan, which is really exciting. So we're almost out of the LAC, which is a big milestone for us. So it's got a lot warmer than when we started. We're now in the double figures for temperature rather than the single, so lots of people have stripped off mid-layers. But this is definitely a bit of a calm before we round Japan and start heading north again. And then it's going to get colder. We're going to enter the big Pacific lows, and that's when it's going to be really wet and wild.
Here we currently are, you can see the boats are around us as well, and we are all aiming to get through this gate here, where we'll be able to bear away and hopefully pick up a decent bit of speed there, which will then get us around the southern tip of Japan and into the Pacific.
Good morning. Where are we?
Somewhere in the wind hole.
Somewhere in the wind hole? Is this the race of your life?
Oh yes, definitely. Now it's the best part of my life.
We're going to take a photo to back.
Dare to lead!
So we're at the end of the first week. It's been a very mixed week. We've had lots of winds, not much wind. I'm not really sure what I expected from the first week, but you set out on the mighty Pacific and then you have wind holes and upwind, and no, it's been a very interesting one. I think the feel on the boat is actually really nice. Everyone's upbeat, everyone's ready to go. We're ready for it now.
Today we're sailing away from Japan. We've had the first of the Pacific low pressures kind of come over us. So the wind is now at 35 knots and it's absolutely wet as well. It's hammering down with rain. So we're having a good time. It's supposed to carry on being this windy overnight. And then by tomorrow lunchtime it'll have all blown through and we'll be back to lighter winds. We're still at the back of the fleet, but interestingly, the way the fleet's compressed, third place is only 20 miles in front of us, so it's a really tight race. It's still all to play for, and we'll see. Although Halong Bay seems to just be going further and further away. I think they're now like 250 miles in front, which is quite incredible. So we've just had the latest position reports in, and Perseverance and Qingdao have sailed down to us. So we are now about 1.5 miles from both of them. The rest of the fleet are way up here to the north. Originally our plan was to go for the scoring gate, but with the Joker on the table, sacrificing the positions that we've got here to get it, it's just not worth the effort. So we're going to keep trying to get to the finish quickly because we need to get up the table and get to the podium positions ideally with the Joker in play. It's not over, and it's 3,500 miles direct line to the finish, so there's still a long way to go.
So conditions are wet and windy. We've been going upwind for at least 3 days now properly. We're in a high pressure and it's moving up so slowly. We're just keeping up with it, so we're not actually getting into nice downwind. So it's tricky and it's testing and it's cold and it's wet, which is getting to the North Pacific, but it's still upwind, which is not what we want.
Currently about 200 miles from the scoring gate, but as you can tell we're stuck in a wind hole, which is very frustrating. Bobbing around in the middle of the North Pacific.
We're aiming for the scoring gate. Hopefully we will get there before PSP, but they are about, by Ryan's calculations, they will get there within 10 minutes of us. So although it doesn't look like it right now, the race is on.
Yeah, we're over, guys. 3rd place, 1 point. Well done. Morning of day 14 on day to lead. We had a really good night. Obviously Zhuhai coming down, taking 2 points, took a point away from us. Well done to them, they deserve it. But so obviously we only get 1 point now. At the moment, the south route really paid off. So Perseverance, UNICEF, Qingdao, they're 240 miles ahead right now. They're 120 behind, so we've basically lost 360 miles. We got 1 point, but we've lost 6 positions. We still got a lot of mileage to the finish, but for us to catch the top 5 boats now is quite hard. We just crossed the international date line, so it's quite a nice milestone for myself and Charlie and the crew. Beautiful sunny day, so we're going back 1 day now from Saturday to Friday. So we got an extra long weekend.
So the last few days it hasn't stopped raining. It's just been solid for days. Everything is wet, bunk soaking wet. The only dry thing is the inside of those sleeping bags. It's pretty miserable, but that's ocean sailing.
Over the last couple of days we've played stealth mode. We are not the only boat to. We're getting to that point in the race where we're kind of running out of space and everyone's hiding their ocean sprint attempts. So it's quite exciting. And in the next couple of days it's going to be quite interesting because there's a big wind hole that kind of comes across the course. So we're all going to park up most likely in it. Possibly Hanwei might, with their luck, get across it, but the rest of us I think are going to stop. So that's going to kind of reset the race for the front 5 anyway.
Yeah, right, here we are, day 27, just under 200 miles to go to the finish, and we found ourselves in a wind hole. It's unfortunately after 5,000 miles of racing, the leading position, 3rd place, and you know, at this point we're seeing a lot of compression in the fleet as we kind of find ourselves in this wind hole. I guess we'll take it and hopefully we can hang on to the position, and looking forward to Seattle.
To the top of the mast because someone lost a halyard.
Wasn't me.
Okay, let's go.
So yeah, now I think we 10th on the leaderboard. Looking at the journey, I think the team has done so well, you know. And some fights you win, some you lose, but we just gotta keep sailing, and hopefully the next leg we're gonna do much better.
Code 3 is up. Now we're going downwind straight to Seattle. The race of your life.
We're just approaching U.S. waters. So we're just hoisting the flag here. We're probably about 50 miles from the finish line. Hey, can you see by the dawn's early light?
47. We're so excited. There's like 20 miles to finish and we're still in 3rd place. we see Zhuhai and Punta as two small dots on the horizon, and they may stay there until we're over the finish line. We're so excited.
So we're 8 miles from the finish, and we've just had another 3 AIS targets pop up. So we've got PSP Logistics, Arles and Oceans, Punta del Este and Zhuhai all coming in. Most of them are around double the speed of us right now because of the wind.
It is tense. It is tense.
The minute Zhuhai are going slightly quicker than us at a better angle at the line, which means that we are currently not ahead of them.
Unfortunately, Zhuhai, Punta del Este and Perseverance all sailed underneath us in the final hour. Just unfortunate it didn't pay off at the end.
Yeah. And the wind was supposed to come from north.
Yeah, it just didn't fit in. Very disappointing, but yeah, well done to those guys. It's just a shame, like Joker in play, 3rd place, fighting for 3rd place for 2 weeks, and then to have it kind of taken out of your hands in the final hour is quite heartbreaking.
The other guys had a better line, they pipped us at the post, but it doesn't make it any better. We tried so hard, the wind was against us, the rain was against us. It just didn't get off the line. Oh, it's unbelievable though. It's not over till it's over.
Someone on the Yankee sheet?
So we just finished race 10 and it was absolute nail biter finish with 8 boats within, I think it was 10 miles at the end, not even. We finished in 10th place unfortunately, but yeah, it was down to literally the finish line. So it was anyone's game at the end.